Hey everybody, this is Liza Janda with some daily exercises you can do to prevent back pain in pregnancy. First thing you're going to do, notice I've got 2 blocks right here. Hopefully you've got some yoga blocks, or honestly even a little short stool will do the trick. Take your feet wider than your shoulders, turn your toes out, and as you bend your knees, start to slide your hands down to the thighs, to the kneecaps, and you're going to slowly sit all the way down onto those blocks. You can adjust your feet like I am. Bring your hands to your heart center. You can push the knees a little bit wider if you want. If you feel like you don't need the blocks, take the blocks away, or just take one away. Come a little bit lower, or take both of them away and come a little bit lower. Take a deep, deep breath. Squatting opens the pelvic inlet, the pelvis, 10 to 15%, and it can actually shorten the birth canal up to 30%. So it's a good idea to get into the habit of squatting. I'm going to come up out of the squat for a sec, come all the way up. Maybe you're not comfortable going all the way down to a full squat, or maybe you've got some knee issues. You can actually just come down part way and just get into the habit of strengthening those legs. But for those of you who are all the way down, join me by coming onto your hands and your knees. We're going to begin. Now, we're going to begin on our hands and our knees in tabletop position. If you have carpal tunnel syndrome and it really bothers you to be on your hands, on your wrists, you can first make a fist with each hand, or you can actually roll your mat up, create a little bit of cushioning, and put your hands on the carpet or the floor and your palms of your hands and your wrists down onto the rolled up mat. But we're going to start with cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back and look up. So you lift your shoulders, you lift your sit bones, you breathe in, and then as you exhale, you're going to round your whole back, tucking the chin to the chest, tucking the tailbone down towards the mat. Continue to inhale, arching your back and rounding your back. Letting the belly drop to the floor as you inhale. The shoulders and the sit bones lift. And exhale, round. This is really good. Keep going to do any time of the day. And it just gets those muscles warmed up. It just feels really good. So try to do, 10 to 20, maybe 3 times a day. That would probably be good, or even more if you want to. If you do these on a regular basis, it will really reduce the chances of you experiencing back discomfort during your pregnancy. Now, the next thing we're going to do is come all the way down to your forearms. But before you do that, depending on how big your belly is, take your knees just a little bit wider than your hips and come all the way down to the forearms. Pelvic rocking. What this involves is the movement of just the lower back and the pelvis. I'm going to tilt my tailbone up. Now I'm going to tuck my tailbone under. Tilt it up as I inhale and tuck under as I exhale. You'll begin to feel how the lower back contracts as you tilt the tailbone up. And then you feel the belly contract and the glutes contract as you tuck the tailbone under. This strengthens the lower back, because as that baby gets bigger and bigger, the weight of the uterus and the baby in the uterus pulls the spine forward, and it can put a lot of strain on your lower back. So you want to create a nice, strong lower back to support the weight of that growing baby. Tilting up, tucking under. Ina May Gaskin, a famous midwife, says you should do 150 of these every single day. Now, 150 sounds like a lot, but try 50 in the morning, 50 maybe the middle of the day at lunchtime, or when you get home from work, and then 50 right before you go to bed. They're so beneficial. I'm not going to do 150 right now. I'm going to come back up to my hands and my knees. And if I walk my hands over to the left, bring my knees a little closer to each other. Walk my hands over to the left. I'm going to bring my right foot outside of my mat here. Well, let's see, you can't see on the camera, but I'm going to place my right hand on my thigh right above my kneecap. And as I exhale, I'm going to lunge out here to the right. And if you've got a yoga block, feel free to place your left hand here on a yoga block. Lift your heart. Exhale. In as you come out. Exhale as you come out to the side. Inhale as you bring your hips back to the center. And it just feels good. Sometimes some people like to just hold it there. That feels really good. Maybe you take a little twist for your lower back. Good, and then slowly back to the center. Same thing on the other side. You walk your hands over to the right. Take the left foot out to the left, maybe outside of your mat. Right hand on the block or the mat. Left hand on top of the thigh, right above the kneecap, and lunge. Inhale back to the center. Exhale out to the left. So this is kind of like doing half of a squat. So maybe you find doing squats a little bit more difficult. So you do half of a squat. You're still getting that benefit. You're opening up that pelvis. You're stretching the legs, getting them ready for labor and birth. Just a couple more. Exhale, lunge out to the left. Inhale back to the center. One more. Good. And then come back up to your hands and your knees. Move that block out of the way. Good. Bring your knees under your hips as best you can, or as close as you can get them under your hips, depending on how big the belly is. First, extend your right foot straight back. Curl the toes under and push out through the heel of your foot to start with. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone down towards the mat. You're doing that pelvic tilt down towards the mat. Imagine your arms are a gateway. So stretch your chest through the gateway of your arms. Pull your belly in. If you have any pubic bone pain, which is pretty common, don't lift the leg. That probably won't be very comfortable. And what you can do is you can stay here, tilting the tailbone up and tucking it under and extending the chest forward. If you don't have that pubic bone pain, lift your right leg. And as you exhale, bring your knee in towards your belly. And then inhale, extend, pull the belly in towards the baby, tuck the tailbone down, bring the knee in towards the baby. Inhale, extend, knee in. Inhale, extend last time. And bring that knee back in again. And put the knee back down. Same thing on the other side. Extend the left foot. Scoop that tailbone down towards the floor. Stretch your chest through the gateway of your arms. Pull your belly in. Lift your left leg. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the knee in towards the baby. Inhale, extend. And exhale. Bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. One more. Inhale, extend. Round that back, just curl around your baby. Go ahead and bring that knee down. Now curl your toes under behind you. Walk your hands about 6 inches forward. Come into a downward facing dog for a moment. I like to bring my shoulders over my wrists. I like to step straight back to a plank pose and then lift my hips up high. It helps sometimes to just sway your hips from side to side. Feels kind of good. And then take your feet as wide as your mat, maybe wider if you're in your third trimester. Walk your hands back, come into a half forward fold. Make sure your toes are parallel to each other. Inhale, extend your collarbones forward. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold, and a really great stretch. Pregnant or not, cross your arms or cup the opposite elbow with each hand, letting your head and your neck completely relax. Just feeling the back of the body elongating. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more. And let the hands float towards the mat. Bend your knees. Bring your hands right above the kneecaps on your thighs. And as you inhale, slowly come up one vertebra at a time. Really, really slowly. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath. Open the mouth and just let it go. Good. If you do that every day, you probably won't be experiencing any back pain or very, very little. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.